Well, if you own or manage a new business, listen up. Sometimes the paperwork to keep the doors open can seem endless.
You need your business licensed, insured, bonded, and the list can go on. But in our Scam of the Week, Contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds explains how you could be persuaded to pay for something that shouldn't cost you a dime.
And we have anything that they want. So this is to show some colors, just a little bit of a sample of what we can offer.
For Amanda Plaster, starting her business Sparrow Design Company in Hollister is a dream now in print.
My business partner and I both are just some moms that had this idea, and we thought, let's see what we can do with this and see where it goes. And you feel like you're doing all the things that you're supposed to do and taking the steps that you're supposed to take.
They crossed their T's and dotted their I's, not just on shirts, but on required paperwork. They're licensed and legit. Then the phone rang.
I immediately thought, oh my goodness, we're in trouble. Oh, that's OSHA. Okay, I better get serious. So I get my little notepad and start writing down everything she's saying. She kept saying OSHA posters, OSHA fines, OSHA regulations, the compliance number with OSHA, that we had a specific number already tagged to us.
They were told they had to pay a $189 compliance fee.
I didn't feel good about it at the moment because of how pushy she was and very demanding, especially of my credit card information.
I don't know if it's a legitimate company or if it's just a flat-out scam.
So let's check out some of their products.
Contact KY3 did some digging. Occupational Compliance and Safety Administration is a company based in Florida. They want $34 for OSHA posters.
Looks like they're selling fire extinguishers for, anywhere between $50 to $100.
I found a similar one on Amazon for $20.
Hi, I'm calling to see if you're with OSHA.
The operator told me they're not with OSHA, but sell OSHA requirements.
So if I own a business, I have to buy this.
It's recommended, I was told.
You know, to us, $189 is a lot of money right now, and you're starting a business. Every penny counts.
I called OSHA, and it has nothing to do with this company. OSHA will never call a new business and ask for a compliance fee. I showed this website to the city of Springfield, and officials say it's an exaggeration of the reality. You can get a lot of these posters, including that $34 one, for free. Yes, free. You can print them off the OSHA website. Got a scam tip? I'd love to hear about it. Email us at contact@ky3.com.
Protecting your powerful pills. Hackers might have found another way to get into your personal info along with your medicine. So now your prescriptions could end up in the wrong hands. Here's Contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds with our Scam of the Week.
Lisa, scammers call you and say they're with your pharmacy and your prescription needs to be refilled. Don't buy it.
They're wanting it because they're addicts.
Betty Lindsay had a stroke. She takes painkillers.
I don't have any blockages, but I got a hole in my heart, but they're checking for AFib. Well, I'm in pain sometimes, and I have to take it.
She got a bogus call.
They left a message. This is Walgreens. Need to renew your prescriptions and everything. And I thought, no, not on hydrocodone. I know it wasn't right for these painkillers.
It's not right because there are new federal laws. The DEA recently tightened the lid on hydrocodone.
With Class 2 medications, you have to have a new prescription for each fill. You can't put refills on that prescription anymore.
Crooks were trying to steal Lindsay's meds.
And if I don't recognize the number, I don't answer it. I just won't.
Contact KY3 called the number.
Thank you for calling Walgreens Refill Reminder. To ensure your confidentiality, please enter your date of birth using 2 digits for the month, 2 for the date, and 4 for the year.
The auto call asks for your social security number.
I'm going to hit 0 and see if I can get through to someone.
We are not able to complete your request.
These hackers can get into anything.
Protect your ID.
Before you dispose of them, always remove any information with your name or anything like that off of the label, off the bottle. Try and make it as undesirable as possible. So if you can mix it up with used coffee grounds or used kitty litter.
They're too lazy to get up and go to work. You know, if you're stuck on pain pills and stuff or any type of drugs, I think you need to deal with it, and I think they ought to be prosecuted.
Still no word on exactly how the crooks are getting these phone numbers. The common denominator, everyone who's getting these calls we've talked with has hydrocodone.
question a phone call like this because your pharmacy should already have your personal information. I talked with Walgreens corporate office today. Walgreens is not generating these calls, and they'll never ask you for your full social security number on an automated call. Always call your pharmacy directly. We got this story from a tip. If you have a story idea, feel free to email us, contact@ky3.com.
Chances are you get the occasional telemarketing call. Imagine getting those calls every hour despite being on the no-call list. That's exactly what a Pleasant Hope woman's dealing with.
Contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds has the scam of the week.
Don't disregard this message.
It's all different kinds of area codes. They've even got 417 area code numbers.
Sherry Douglas is trying to get her finances in check.
I went online trying to get a consolidation to get my little bitty loans consolidated, and I filled out the information on my phone, and boom, there it was.
The calls are constant.
3 days, there was over 100 calls a day because they would hang up and automatically dial from a different number.
Callers say she's approved for a loan. All she has to do is buy a green dot card, which can give scammers access to bank info. They even make threats.
By tomorrow, then we are going to come to a register from the Ready Automotive. I'll talk to your manager. As the effect of that, you will be served with the termination letter at the same time. Goodbye.
Oh, here might be one live. Do you want to
Answer it. Answer it.
Hello?
Sherry?
This is Sherry.
Sherry Douglas, the online loan application has been approved for a minimum of $5,000.
I had a few questions.
Hi there. Could I speak with you for a minute?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Ashley Reynolds. I'm a journalist in Springfield, Missouri. You happen to be calling Sherry while we do an interview with her about this phone scam. And how many phone calls do you make a day?
And the applications that are in front of us, we make phone calls to each and every one of them, okay?
And she's asked that you guys stop calling her, and you're still calling right now, even when we talk to her about it.
Okay, so if she's asked that if she doesn't want to call from us, I'll just put this number into the not call list and you'll receive no more calls from our side. Okay?
She said that she's done that, but yet you keep calling. In fact, you're calling more frequently than before that.
So just call on first time, okay? And we can't take responsibilities from the other company. If you don't want this loan, I can't just waste my time talking to you. Just have a great day. Bye-bye.
Huh. If you had to do it all over again, would you have Googled that?
No. No, not at all.
Whew, it's just frustrating watching that. So how do you try to avoid this? Well, go to this website, the National Do Not Call Registry. We have a link to this on the contact page at ky3.com. Do this and you'll have fewer calls. There's also a few apps like Mr. Number. Be very careful about any loan application website. Make sure it's a secured site or just fill out the application in person. Got a scam tip? Email us at contact@ky3.com.
Well, imagine a wedding with no flowers, no food, or any other traditional essentials. That's the sad situation for a bride-to-be from Blue Eye.
She wants you to learn from her mistake. In our scam of the week, here's Contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds.
She's a smart cookie with thick skin, but her Achilles heel was a threat by a so-called IRS officer telling her she wouldn't make her wedding because she messed up on her taxes.
Caught me off guard, and he said, this is Officer Michael Johnson with the IRS.
While making wedding plans, Karen Reed was called out on her landline, or so she thought.
We believe that you have committed fraud. And this is where he got me first, because it was kind of like, all right, I did my taxes myself 4 years ago, so maybe possibly I made a mistake.
She had to pay up now or go behind bars.
I'm getting married. I can't be in jail for 180 days, for God's sake. I was so panicked that I was, getting crying, hyperventilating on the phone. He's like, Karen, crying is not going to do anything about this. You need to follow procedure now, that you're a good person, and that you're going to take care of this right now, today. And I said, okay. I said, absolutely.
She got these green dot cards at Walgreens and CVS. Sent $500, no questions allowed.
Go ahead. He goes, put the phone to the sheriff's ear, and I'll have you arrested. Every corner that I turned, I was stopped, and he had something else to terrify me about. It was the most horrifying thing that I've ever been through. He's like, oh, the email's coming. The email's coming. He's like, cross your fingers, Karen. And I'm like, please, God, I'm just crying. I mean, just in hysterics. Please, God, let this go through so I don't get arrested, you know. And he goes, no, Karen, I'm sorry. It didn't go through. You're going to have to come up with another $500. And I'm like, oh my God, this is my wedding money. I get in the car, I go back to my ATM, I get the last of the money out that I have to my name. He's like, you should smile. He goes, you're such a good person. I mean, it was really maniacal, okay? It was sick.
Reed says her fiance put on the brakes.
Karen, it's a scam. Now stop it.
She finally hung up.
It's just horrible, and I just don't want anybody else to ever have to go through this, and nobody should.
The crook took $1,500 bucks. Reed filed a report with the Attorney General. The IRS will never call you. If you get a phone call like this, you can call the IRS to verify. Reed gave us Contact KY3, the phone number these cons are using. We have it posted on the Contact KY3 page at ky3.com. For what it's worth, I called the number. They say they're with the IRS. I left a message. I'll let you know if they get back with me. Meanwhile, I called the real IRS, and they say that number is bogus. Reed emailed us this scam story. If you have a scam tip, send us an email, contact@ky3.com.
Here's a question. Are your friends on Facebook really your friends?
Does the profile picture match the face? Contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds has our scam of the week.
Well, you trust the Facebook name matches the real person. For instance, this is my page. You can see the blue check mark right here. I am verified. But when it comes to Facebook friends, you can only assume you're connecting with the real McCoy.
Are you just livid?
Yes, I really am.
Ashley Hayes has a virtual case of stolen identity.
They're pretending to be me. People think they're actually talking to me.
Hayes' real friends asked her why she had two identical Facebook accounts. And it says your name.
Yeah, my name is everything. Is an exact duplicate of what my profile looks like.
She has an impersonator.
The first thing they did after they started the page is they blocked me where I couldn't find it. They're pretending to be me. People think they're actually talking to me. Somebody's got pictures of my kids. You know, that really freaked me out.
Facebook spoofing gives cons access to your personal life and hopefully personal finances. Swindlers want to fool you and your friends. Conversations start casual, then turn to money. And they latched onto that.
Can you send it to me now? I really need money.
Hayes' bogus account messaged her friend saying she won a Facebook prize. She wanted to share the money. A real friend played along with the crook, saying she owed her. The con welcomed the opportunity.
Can you get it sent through via MoneyGram?
Who knows why she was targeted?
I ain't special. I'm a stay-at-home mom. You know, I'm like, why would you want to pretend to be me?
And we have no idea who made this bogus account. It was shut down, thankfully. If this happens to you, notify Facebook immediately. It's in your settings. Alert your friends. Hayes wrote on her wall and tagged her friends about this scammer. And finally, question any Facebook message conversation that pressures you to give money. We got this story from a tip. Do you have a scam tip? Send us an email, contact@ky3.com.
An older woman in southeast Springfield thought she was helping a younger man look for work.
In our scam of the week, contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds on what you need to ask when someone knocks on your door.
Norma Roberts has lived in this home for about 50 years. She knows her driveway could use some work.
I told him, yes, he could.
When a young man knocked on the door offering to fill the cracks, she took the offer of $65 per pound of materials.
Says, I'll let you have it for $25.
Sold, she thought.
I asked him, I says, well, how many pounds is it going to take? And he says, oh, about 6 pounds. I thought, well, okay.
In just a few minutes, Norma says there were 3 trucks and more than a half a dozen men working on her driveway. Norma says they were with a company called S&F.
Cleaning on the sides of it, getting the grass out and everything. What I'm hollering, 300?
Yep. 300 pounds. That's more than 50 times the original estimate.
We'll talk about a ripoff. Norma says the crews quoted her $8,000. And if she didn't pay up, they'd put a lien on her home. Yeah, right.
Look, Dave, I says, 8,000? I can't pay that. I don't have that much. So he says, well, do you have 4,000? I says, no. He said 800. I sat there and I was thinking, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to get out of this?
Norma says she held her ground and told the men she wasn't going to pay for shoddy service.
But before I knew it, he was out the door and gone. He just left. He didn't say a word. He just left.
Whew. Contact KY3 did some digging. S&F does not have a business license. In fact, we couldn't even find a phone number for the so-called company. Folks who do door-to-door sales in Springfield have to have a license, and this goes for several surrounding cities. If someone knocks on your door, always ask for proof of license. Make sure they're a legit company. Never pay up front for a service. Get everything in writing. And we got this story from a tip, so email your scam tips to contact@ky3.com. Every week, I'll share your feedback so we can all help each other.
She thought she was helping out Missouri State University athletes. Contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds explains that wasn't the case at all. She has the scam of the week. Ashley?
Well, the story you're about to see is proof that any one of us can fall for a scam. Not just the elderly, but even the wisest men and women. Most people just want to help others, but Gloria Taylor wishes she could take back what she did.
I don't know why I opened the door, but I did.
Gloria Taylor got a knock on the door one afternoon this week.
He was very clean cut. He was very personable.
He claimed to be on the MSU baseball team. He was raising money for an upcoming tournament. Taylor says the so-called athlete sold packets for soldiers. He also had a list of magazines through Barnes & Noble. The young con told Taylor her neighbor even bought a packet.
She called me, and she said, "You gave him money?" I said, "I did not." And I said, "I can't do that."
But before Taylor called her neighbor, her wallet was already out.
I did not get a receipt. As soon as he got his hands on the money, he took off. I really hesitated when you said, that you wanted to do an interview because I'm embarrassed and I feel foolish. But if it will help someone else, if it will help get him off the street, then I might as well admit what happened.
You did the right thing.
Thank you.
Can I give you a hug?
Oh, my, thank you.
Such a sweet lady, and thank you so much, Gloria, for speaking with us. I checked with the MSU athletic department. Well, guess what? It's against their policy to do door-to-door fundraising. Contact KY3 also called Drury, Evangel, SBU, and College of the Ozarks. They don't do this either. So if someone approaches you saying that they're raising money for college athletes, don't buy it. In Springfield, people have to have a license to go door to door. Gloria contacted us because she saw Contact KY3's Scam of the Week. If you come across something shady, tell me about it so we can share it. Email contact@ky3.com.
Perhaps this has happened to you. A voice on the phone says, due to suspicious activity, your credit card is locked. It won't work.
Contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds explains what to do in our Scam of the Week. Ashley?
Well, sometimes it's because you've traveled and your credit card company wants to verify it was you. Sometimes a crook wants to fool you. Luckily, a Stratford man wasn't duped.
Hardly ever do I get a call. My wife might call me.
Jim Chowning has this phone in case of an emergency.
And I don't give people the number.
That's why he was stunned when he got a text stating direct debit issue.
To solve the problem, please call this 800 number.
Contact KY3 called.
Here it goes.
Okay.
Welcome to Bank of America. We regret to inform you that due to suspicious activity on your account, your debit card has been temporarily locked. In order to unlock, we need to verify your identity by entering some of your information on file. Please enter your 16-digit account number as it appears on your Visa debit card.
Ugh.
And I didn't do it.
That's very leery.
Well, it sounds good.
Yeah.
And they do it on a weekend. So you can't get a hold of your bank. So you call them. They didn't even ask for my name. First thing they asked for was that 16-digit number.
Before Chowning plugged in the numbers, he did some homework.
Tried both cards. I had two different cards. Tried both cards. They both worked.
He's a Bank of America customer. No word if the crooks know or if it's just coincidence.
If you called 100 people, you might get 10 that have Bank of America. Probably makes me madder that nothing can be done about it. That probably makes me madder that the law enforcement can't do anything about it.
It's nearly impossible to trace until a crime is committed.
We could have lost a lot of money. I didn't lose anything, but some people are going to.
And if you want to listen to that fraud message again, we have it on the contact page at ky3.com, along with that bogus bank phone number. Now, if you get a message like this, you call the bank customer service line, not the number listed in the text. Most legitimate banks have caller passwords, and they will never ask you for the entire 16-digit card number. So, think you've come across a scam? Well, email us, contact at ky3.com. Every week, I'll share your feedback, so we can all help each other.
If you or someone you know sells products like Avon, Mary Kay, Pampered Chef, and who doesn't among us, Leah Sophia, the list keeps going on. Just listen up.
Contact KY3's Ashley Reynolds shows us how one sale almost turned into a financial disaster. It's this week's Scam of the Week.
We sell the body wash, the deodorant, lip chap, just small items that we can have available, don't take up a lot of space.
This Avon shelf is a small part of Terry's thrifty treasures in West Springfield.
Avon is a good product, and I use several items.
Terry Buckley sells it on the side.
There are so many scams going on, and this started out as innocent as any of them do.
She makes most of her Avon sales in her store, but she got an email.
I need to order some products for a family member getting married in Springfield. I ordered the products, emailed the customer back.
The so-called buyer had a special order with deep cleansers and eye creams.
Kind of like a gotcha. You know, hey, this is a potential $150 order, so that makes you want to go ahead and do it. If it was a $10 order, I might not have jumped on it as quickly. I got an email stating my uncle's going to be sending the check. That made me a little suspicious.
Her gut was right.
Very interesting. $1,900 check for $145 worth of product. Apparently, the uncle sent the wedding planner's fees and the Avon order all to me. It was send us the rest so that the wedding planner can come into Springfield and pick up the order.
Before going to the bank, Buckley did her homework. She called the Catholic University of America, shown on the check.
The school told us that it was fraudulent. This could have cost me thousands of dollars if I would have processed that check. It could have really ruined my business. So the fact that somebody would do this just as their job is very irritating. Seller beware. We can get duped just as easy as anyone.
Buckley never heard back from the buyer. Now, thankfully, she's only out for the shipping. Got a scam tip? We'd love to hear about it. Email contact at ky3.com. Every week, I'll share your feedback so we can all help each other.
If you own, or like most of us, work for a business, listen up.
Contact KY3's Scam of the Week is for you. Ashley Reynolds shows why you need to double check when or if the power company calls you.
Well, scammers are targeting Springfield area businesses. City utility customers need to be on alert.
Fun to drive.
Dennis Levangie knows Volvos.
It's got a 4-cylinder motor.
He also knows when a con artist goes into overdrive.
Crooks are smart these days. I don't see that around here. I'm a very small-scale operation.
He put the brakes on a bogus call from CU.
Your billing is bad and it's behind, and we have a red flag on it. We're going to shut your power off. We have to move fast if you want to be able to do something about this.
He was told to pay up or lights out.
It was due to be turned off instantly.
Levangie paid his bill last week.
He never verified your account number?
Nope, nothing. Not a thing.
He was told to buy a green dot card and send the money. It's similar to wiring. He could buy one at a nearby Come and Go.
By the time I go down Campbell Street someplace, I can go to the city utilities office.
Who is this?
Contact KY3 called the number.
The city utility company here in Springfield does not say that they're calling from this number.
I started asking questions, then
hung up on me.
That's not the way we do business. It never has been and it never will be. The last thing we want to do as a utility is to actually terminate service. We want to see if there's any way we can possibly work out a payment structure before we ever reach that point.
If they're smart enough to do it, it's sad that people are dumb enough to fall for it. They don't open their hoods. They have no clue what's under there. Everybody with a little bit of common sense should know better.
I actually have.
And we have that number that showed up on the caller ID along with the supervisor's name posted on the contact page at ky3.com. You're just going to go to the contact page and then click on Scam of the Week, bogus calls from utility companies. And just a note to pass along, we covered this scam last year, almost to the exact day. So perhaps the holidays have something to do with it. If you get a suspicious call, call CU and double check your bill. And we got this story from a tip. If you have a scam tip, we'd love to hear about it. Send us an email, contact@ky3.com.